In this video, I'm going to show some of the TKC basics. So you're going to start at the home screen, and once you've put in your login information, it'll bring up the next screen, and it looks like this. You're always going to be going into elevator incoming grain. And there's several different things that we'll be using on the daily screen and the customer report screen, as well as the subtotals. And so we are going to add a mock customer. I'm going to use 700, and if you ever need to play around with some tickets or settlements or anything that way, create a 700, put in 3 or 4 tickets or however many you need, and you can practice settling them out different ways. So I'm going to see what customer is our next customer number. Like I said, we're going to use 700. We'll go to customer reports and then customer list. I'm going to be using corn in this example. Technically should be 7,000 because as you can see, we're using 1,200. For OTR, we're using 2,000 for Colby, 3,000s for Indianola, 4,000s for D&D, 8,000 for Holyoke, 9,000 for Sterling, and we're using 2,400. I guess it was on the first screen. We're using 2,400s for Advantage. So I'm looking for 700. As you can see, I've used 710. So we're going to go ahead and add a 711. This is how you go in and see what all your customers are, and then you can go into the examine change customer page if you ever need to go look up some info or settle that customer out. So we're going to go to add new customer, 711. And it'll make you add a sort key. You don't have to be very specific on this. You can add whatever you want there. And I'm going to add this in as a new farm, as in if it's harvest and they need several different fields added, we will add that in. And see, that customer name will auto-populate down here in the producer. When we go to pay, we'll just actually delete this out and put it down there. So if you change the name at all, it's going to change it down here. And I forgot to put in a zip code. And we want to make sure we add a grain code. Like I said, we're going to be in corn. You'll need to make sure that you get the C or the H right for high moisture corn, because they have 2 totally different shrink and discount schedules. So we'll go ahead and add. And then if you go back to that customer list, you can see that several pages in, we got them added, 711. Okay. So we'll go ahead and add a couple tickets on here at the top. And we're going to add ticket 852. Oh, I'm sorry. Add the customer number 711, whatever date it was put in. And then we're putting this in elevator 7. So your elevator would generally match up with what your customer number. So if your customer's a 700 number, your elevator will be 7 as well. And then we'll skip bin and put O for open storage. If you need to write any notes about the ticket, what bin it came out of for this farmer, or anything that you think you'll need to know, you can put it there. Most tickets probably won't have notes on them. And then we'll add a second one, 853. So we'll add this in here. Okay, I'm just going to add 2 in here. So what we can do is we can go into customer reports, customer ticket details, and we're going to look at 7-Eleven. You can filter this out by date if you need to. If you're checking tickets, this is also where you're going to go. If you need to just check yesterday's tickets that were put in, you can put that there, or whatever. It will make you enter through this, the second one, and pick a sort key a lot of times. And there you can see we have 2 tickets there. So that is the basics of the first steps of TKC. There, like I said, there's lots of different things you can do in here, and I'll do several more videos on different scenarios that we might run into.